purpose of my speech tonight will be to inform homeowners about water infiltration. Water is one of the biggest enemies that a homeowner will face. There aren't many substances that can totally stop the movement of water, but water can be channeled. When it rains, it pours. The concept of waterproofing is based on the premise that all structures, whether a house or a building, should be weather-tight. Waterproofing, which is developing concrete that is impervious to water movement, is probably the most popular method for waterproofing a home. Although the majority of concrete does not stop water, because during the curing process, the water that is in the concrete evaporates, leaving tiny microscopic holes in the concrete about the size of a hair follicle. Many people try to do things to seal concrete to stop water from moving inside of their homes. The majority of these measures do not work, but only slow water from moving from outside to inside. The best thing for water is channeling. Water channeling comes in two types of water movement. There's water movement on the exterior of your house and the interior of your house. Gutters and downspouts control the water that's moving on the outside of the house. The water runs down your roof, it goes into a gutter, which then goes into a downspout, and you want the water to move as far from your house upon entering the ground as possible. So, at the end of your downspouts, the best thing to have are extensions. On the inside of your house, the best thing for water movement is called a French drain. French drain is a trench around the exterior walls of your house, and that trench then drains into a sump pump, and that sump pump pumps the water from inside of your house to outside of your house, once again trying to move the water as far from the structure as possible. The other interior option is wall coatings. There are paints that will help to seal the concrete and keep the water from moving from outside to inside of your home. If water does infiltrate your home, it can be removed by a few different methods. One method is pumps. Pumps can be placed inside of your basement, and water can be pumped from inside to outside. Once the water is removed, then fans can be put in your basement to dry out the rest of the water that is inside of the basement. Once everything is dry, then you can use chemicals that will actually keep mold from developing from the water that was inside of your basement. Bleach is probably the most common chemical that most people use to kill mold that could be growing inside your basement after water has infiltrated. There are other chemical treatments that cost a little more that people can get, and that are probably a little more effective than bleach. In conclusion, it's better to be prepared than not to be prepared when it comes to water moving inside of your home. Water is very hard to stop, but once again, when channeled properly, water can be controlled. Thank you.